Hi Virgo, this is your general reading for Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising for the month of November 2023. Keep in mind that this is a general reading and the messages will not resonate with everyone. I suggest that you check back to your Moon and Rising sign. Also, if you'd like to get a personal reading from me, you can go to the About box section of my channel. There I have listed the number of minutes, the number of questions, and the price. You simply have to email me at that address. There it is, hiddenlotustarot@gmail.com, and say to me, "Hey Tara, I would like a 60-minute reading." I will respond back to you. My turnaround time is 48 to 72 hours. I do not like making people wait ages for their reading. And just make sure that if you contact me, you either add my email address to your contacts or check your spam folder, because I do email back right away, but somehow my emails always go to spam. I have with me today the Radiant White deck. I have with me as well the La Vida Sibila for clarification. And we will wrap the reading up with either a Golden Nostradamus card or a Psychic Oracle Tarot. Since I don't know what the reading is going to be about, I don't know what card I'll be pulling. I have already done some meditation and shuffling on your sign and glyph, and I'm going to turn the camera around and we will get started with the reading. I'm going to try to put a little more shuffle, and something is up with my camera. I don't know what it is. I hope you can see everything. I don't know if you can. I will try to. I don't know. And so wait a minute. I've been having trouble with my recorder, and I didn't know what was happening. Apple tried to install something on it that doesn't belong with this new update. Okay, so let me try to put another shuffle on the cards and another rifle, and we will get started with the reading. Here we go. It's gonna take me a minute, but I'm getting better at it. So here we go. Let's cut the cards. 9 cards down. Here we go. The Two of Wands, the King of Cups, the Queen of Swords. That's our first row. The past row, that is the Page of Wands, the Tower, and the Moon. This is our present row. The Eight of Swords, the King of Wands, and the Three of Wands. That's a lot of people, and I only have 2 cards that I can actually read. 3 cards. I will explain it to you as I go along. Underneath, it's the Page of Pentacles. That's a lot of people involved in this situation. What do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4 court cards, and I have a 1, 2, 3. Excuse me. 1, 2, 3, 4 wands, 2 swords, cup, and 2 major arcana cards. Now, if you are new to my style of reading, I have to explain a few things, but I'll explain them as I go along. The cards are read past, present, future, past, present, future, with the interplay of the cards. At the top, to start with, there is some kind of decision here to be made. And with the 2 of wands, because it is a 2 and all 2s represent a choice, an option, a duality, a crossroads, decisions to be made, and oppositions, whether you are opposed within yourself about something, will I or won't I, or someone else is opposing you. So the 2 of wands says that you actually have the world in your hands, but you know that there is more to do, and that shows up here. But the King of Cups can be a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. Most often than not, he represents someone who has to do with the law, or he's a counselor, or a mediator, someone that you can talk to and trust with whatever you're saying. The Queen of Wands, Queen of Swords, is an air sign. And yes, this is the Virgo reading, but as this queen, you can have or take on her characteristics. As a profession, she is a soldier, can be a police officer, a chef, a writer, an oral surgeon, a regular surgeon, a researcher, a counselor, a mediator. Anywhere, any place or type of job where keen intellect or sharp tools are used to get the job done. Now, she is known in the deck as the divorcee queen. It says that she is bitter and kind of rude. I don't agree that she is bitter all the time. I just think that she pulls no punches and she tells it like it is, calls it like she sees it. We can see her here holding her arm up to the future as if inviting in the truth. That is the sort of truth that she's holding. But the thing about truths, they are never convenient and sometimes unpleasant. The next row, we have the Page of Wands. And to me, the pages can represent children or young adults, but for the most part, they represent to me always simply a message. There is some message coming. Here in the center, it is the Tower card. And there is these 2 major arcana are your spiritual lessons. Everything else is on a mundane level. And the Tower is the only man-made structure in the deck. And it symbolizes those things that we built up in our mind that can be or appear to be stable and secure. What it says is that you may have to change the way that you think or what you believe, because something is going to some message is going to come or something is going to happen which can knock you off your feet, which can make you question all that you knew before. Maybe this is a loss of a job, maybe it is a breakup of a relationship. Whatever it is something that you have thought was safe and secure. In addition, the crown at the top of the card being knocked off can be one of those aha moments. It can be an epiphany, as if the information came to you out of the blue, or you may be struck out of the blue with some information. But the one thing, actually the two things I can say about this card is that if everything comes crumbling down, you are left with open field on which to build new things. The other thing about this card is says to expect the unexpected. This is the energy of Uranus. The moon. Now, interestingly, the moon has two towers in the background. And the moon can represent psychological issues, deep psychological issues, fears, emotions. It can represent illusions, delusions, fantasies. But the main thing to me about the moon is that the moon does not illuminate, not like the sun does. In the bright light of day, you can see exactly where everything is, what it is, what it's made of. But with the moon, things can look quite different. Shadows can look scary. Things can look not real. And so the card says you must learn to travel this path, even if you cannot see exactly what is in front of you. Right? The key is to control the domestic side of yourself with the wild side of yourself, and keep control of the crustacean crawling up out of the water. So that has to do, I think, with some fears, because the Eight of Swords, and it says, one, that it is a situation of your own making. In other words, you created the problem. The second thing, the person is bound and blindfolded, and therefore she feels that she is trapped. But if you can remove the bindings and the blindfold, take a look around, you will see that you are not stuck. So there are two meanings to this card. The one meaning is, although you may not be able to move at present, your mind is still free to wander. So you are supposed to think about what you will do once you are free. But the second thing is, this is the windmills of our mind. And so we might think that we are to behave, or other people are behaving, or everyone is behaving in a manner which you accept, for the ends will justify the means. It says that you are in an uncomfortable situation. At least you think it's so, because this is a sword, and swords represent thoughts, beliefs, perceptions, communications, and ideas. The wands represent your desire, your focus, your determination. The cups represent your emotional quotient, how you feel about something, what you think about something. So here we have this King of Wands, and to me he feels exactly like the King of Cups. in the sense that something, this tower in between the two kings, suddenly he changes his character. He's no longer loving and kind and sweet natured. He becomes someone who is full of passion and energy. And you got to remember that anger is a passionate emotion as well. And he is looking back towards the woman in a bind. I don't know what this is about, this reading. I'm just giving you my impressions. And finally, the last card is the Three of Wands. Because it is a 3, it can indicate at least 3 people being involved in a situation, but also that there will be postponements and delays until future successes can be realized. 9 times out of 10, this is a card of another message, but the real meaning of the card is you have decided to made a decision, or someone made a decision, and they are going to go through with it, but they have to wait and see how that is going to turn out. The ships in the background, he is either waiting for his ships to come in or he's sending them out. Either way, he's going to have to wait for a message to come in and tell him how things went or are going. Because I have so many court cards, I cannot read for them all. The Page of Pentacles represents a message. It is either about finances or the doing of something. Remember that the Pentacles represent the third dimension. I'm trying to get my camera back in focus so you can see the rest of the cards. Man, oh man. There we go. So that too is a message. Either a message concerning your finances or a message concerning something that you are doing or have done or will be required to do in the future. So I'm going to turn over. I didn't give you the characteristics of the King of Wands, and he represents the entrepreneurial king. He can be a fire sign, Leo and Aries or Sagittarius, but for the most part he is showing up like a change in character or a change in emotional tone. That's how it feels to me. So I'm going to turn over these cards, and that only leaves me with the Two of Wands, the Eight of Swords, and the Three of Wands as they relate to the Tower and the Moon card. I get the feeling that there is, and this may be a timing card, because on the 28th we have the full moon in Taurus. So this could be a timing, which kind of tells us around about when it may happen. This is a general reading, but it also says, I think, that after this, whatever this tower represents, you aren't sure about what's going on. It's like an information blackout. Let's look at the Two of Wands. Could indicate that a letter or a message will provide you with the answer to an important question to do with a contract or a transition. There is a focus on relationships with others, and the card can indicate a need for independence and solitude. It represents boldness, restricted freedom, dominance from another, and separation. You may feel the need for a separation in order to feel in control of your own destiny. This card, the Two of Wands, asks you to assert your independence and not allow others to deny you this freedom. You should not allow yourself to be drawn into something against your will. Show strength or you may regret it. It doesn't tell me anything next to the two cards. The Eight of Swords. It tells me nothing next to the Tower and the Moon card. It simply says that you are unable to think clearly. Therefore, it is advisable to seek sensible advice and take it. It tells you to pay attention as some long-awaited news or information is on its way to you. I think you're going to be shocked by it. It suggests a desire to make improvements and changes in the aspects of your life, be it in the career or home front. But at the particular time, only small achievements and improvements are likely to be made. This may be frustrating, but effort and perseverance will pay off in the long term. You are asked to keep this in mind. It may also be telling of restrictions and the feeling of being tied into a situation you are not comfortable with. It tells of hurt, fear, confusion, and implies that if you continually worry, this could deplete your energy and lead to illness and disease. And lastly, it says, be wary of betrayal. When the Eight of Swords appears, keep your eyes and ears open and remain aware at this time. You are asked to use your intuition and inner knowing. The Three of Wands. What it says is that there may be a message that seeds sown in the past will prosper and come to fruition. It asks that you remain positive and willing to work. Though progress is very much dependent upon luck. It also tells of someone knowledgeable that can give you the help that you need. So now is the time to ask. But it kind of feels like a reverse card, particularly here with the Tower. And it says, it is telling you that a careless and or hasty approach may and will ruin your efforts. To act arrogantly, prideful, or overconfident at this time could mean a downfall or failure. Take heed of your attitude and change it if need be. But it also says, check and recheck all information, particularly the fine print, before proceeding with any new ventures. but it doesn't tell me anything next to these two cards. So I'm curious to know what is the message, because even underneath the page you see the lovers, right? And that card simply means, simply put, that make a choice. The choice that you make, you should be especially sure of it, because it will have long-term consequences. That's what that card always means to me. So let's take a look at the Page of Wands. Because the message comes in and these people are falling out of the tower. The falsità, lies, deception, trickery, deceit, people playing tricks on you, people lying to you. The ammalato, maybe they're lying to you about their health, because this card says that it does represent an aspect of health, and you may need to take a break from it, but it can also say this could be that you have to visit places that you rather not go, like hospitals, jails, prisons, institutions like that. But it also says this could literally be a situation in where people are making you sick. And the consolante sorpresa, the consolating surprise, the way it appears to me is that the message comes in that somebody is lying to you either about their health status or that the person is making you sick. And luckily, you find out about it around this time, because I see either the Queen or this King of Wands going through with a decision. But we don't know what the decision is or what it's about. I think that you will have to wait on that. There's something else that the falsità is telling me. Let's see, Four of Coins. Isn't that interesting? You have two fours, a Four of Coins and a Four of Swords. And let me start with this card because the book fell open to this. In a broader sense, it foretells periods in which you will be forced to interrupt your daily routine and visit places that you would rather not go. It heralds a period of difficulties and hardships, resulting in subsequent dejection, demotivation, apathy, and depression. Take a break from a very stressful situation and rebuild your inner strength. There may be a desire to go even on a vacation or prayer by following one's spiritual pursuits so that you can reinvigorate your spirit. But lastly, it represents any situation that is sick. This can be an unhealthy relationship, a personal flaw that needs healing, or a situation that is rife with pain, personal affront, and or corruption. It can also indicate a pathological relationship with another or something that has been spoiled. The connotation is that the situation is unclean and tainted. the sick man. And so I'm looking up the card. It is a card of lies, false adulations, of compliments given with ulterior motive. It is an extremely negative card when the card it represents is near people. It's not. But if it was, it can reveal their true motives. It is a card that often represents someone who is very close, possibly a long-standing acquaintance or family member who is two-faced and plotting against you. It is a card that represents murky and thorny situations woven with a tight web of lies and deceit, and often you do not know of the true state of affairs, as these people are skilled and know how to deceive you. It represents someone who is taking advantage of your good faith and trust. Well, let me say this. No, this doesn't fit. It implies envy, self-interest, deceitfulness, and servility and empty compliments. Now, if the card represents you, whoever this reading is for, it can be that you have misjudged a situation and you have not seen the situation for what it is. It also indicates false motives towards someone. It can indicate a mistake. In love, it indicates infidelity, lies, and a partner with ulterior motives. It precludes the possibility of true love. It foretells of the presence of a devious third person whose aim it is to break up a couple. It warns also that the situation is hiding a trap, that there is danger lurking in the background. It can also indicate cunning. I think the situation is somehow you find out, but you don't see anything. You find out what the information is, but you don't tell the other person. And this makes it, he watches, this is about a woman. He watches you twist in the wind, so to speak. But I think he decides to move on. Let's pull a Psychic Oracle Tarot. You don't know that he's going to move on. So maybe this reading is for a Virgo male. I don't know. It appears that at one point he was kind and generous, but in dealing with this female, and even if this is same sex, if you identify with the male, with the role of the male, this can be you. Because he's definitely watching you twist in the wind with the Eight of Swords. It's a Two of Swords, mental conflict. It says, let me find this card deals with the inability to move forward as self-doubt emerges from indecisiveness and not being able to take action with a person, group, or even a situation in your present life. It may not be an easy decision, but you are you're already aware of this. Just remember that you have the strength and courage and power to make all the necessary considerations. When you decide to act and finally make the choices that need to be made, then and only then will a resolution be forthcoming, and with it a sense of mental relief. There is assistance out there for you, so seek out and listen to wise counsel to help you make the right decision. Listen to your intuition and have faith in yourself. Peace and harmony will soon be yours. And that's what I have for you, Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising, for November 2023. And thank you, good luck, and thank you so much.